Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Diego Castro. Justice Secretary Boying Remulla wants clarifications from Malacanang on its position on calls for the country to cooperate in the International Criminal Court's drug war probe. Remulla is set to meet with Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin to clarify, for one, whether the Philippines should rejoin the ICC. It was in March 2019 when the Philippines officially withdrew from the ICC. But with several resolutions filed in the House urging the government to cooperate in the drug war probe, Remulla said he will now look into the records, arguments, and discussion to understand the real score of the matter.
Ang resolution sa House kasi tells us to work with the ICC. Pero ang first question is, why will we work with the ICC now that we are no longer members of the ICC? Diba? Are we going to be members again of the ICC first for this thing to happen? I-clarify lang. Kasi kung may balak ba tayong maging miyembro muli ng ICC dahil sa sinasabi ng Kongreso, I want to know how it affects the whole universe of the ICC and the Philippine government as it is right now.
For her part, Vice President Sara Duterte reminded lawmakers what President Bongbong Marcos said a few months ago. That, quote, any probe conducted by the ICC would be an intrusion into our internal matters and a threat to our sovereignty. Sara noted that the President's stand is clear and urged the House to respect that as he is the chief architect of the Philippines' foreign policy. The Vice President added that allowing ICC prosecutors to investigate alleged crimes that are now under the exclusive jurisdiction of our courts is not only patently unconstitutional, but effectively belittles and degrades our legal institutions. House Speaker Martin Romualdez denies allegations that he is behind the anti-Duterte resolutions at the lower chamber. Romualdez issued the statement at a press conference during the 31st Asia-Pacific Parliamentary Forum on Thursday. This comes in response to former palace spokesman Harry Roque, who earlier claimed that Romualdez called the shots on House resolutions, urging government to support the ICC's investigation into former President Rodrigo Duterte's war on drugs.
Our good friend, former Secretary Harry Roque, must have thoughts that, he has got his ideas. We respect his thoughts and opinions, but they're not accurate. So I'll just put it at that, and there's nothing to it. A lot of speculation, but none of that is true.
In an interview on Radio 5, Roque said the resolutions are expected to carry persuasive weight for the Justice Department.
I'm sure magkakaroon ng persuasive effect itong resolution na walang kaduda-duda po yan. Habang speaker ang Martin Romualdez at habang siya ay talagang parang agrabyado, lalong-lalo na na-stab na naman siya ni BP Sara. Parang mababaw po talaga mga dahilan, pero ganyan po talaga ang buhay, no? Talagang sigurado po yan, ipapasa po yan ng Kamara de Representante.
The government is confident of still hitting the target gross domestic product growth rate this year. Economic expansion picked up in the third quarter at 5.9%, bringing the year-to-date average to 5.5%. The target this year is between 6 to 7%, lower than the 7.6% growth in 2022. Now, if you ask Finance Chief Ben Jokno, there are a lot of bright spots to look forward to while we wait for the fourth quarter figure. That includes labor and employment, improving debt to GDP ratio, and higher revenues from tax and non-tax collections.
With a promising outlook on the horizon, we're confident that we will achieve the lower end of our growth target of 6 to 7% this year and accelerate further to 6.5 to 8% from 2024 to 2028.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. Massive flooding and landslides due to continuous heavy rainfall in eastern Visayas have left 2 people dead. Disaster officials in northern Samar reported that one of the victims died in a landslide in barangay Ngayan in Pambujan town. The other was from the municipality of Catarman. Authorities said they implemented forced evacuation but eventually allowed residents to return home after the flood subsided. Unexpectedly, a heavier downpour occurred after that.
More than a month's rainfall, it happened in just one and a half days. Doon namin na-experience yan. At worst, itong first time namin magkaroon ng flood na may current.
The expectation was around 150 to 200 millimeters of rain. But from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., that's 612 millimeters of rain. So medyo hindi namin talaga siya na-anticipate.
President Marcos ordered all government agencies to fast-track relief operations in the Samar provinces. He was set to visit northern Samar on Thursday, but did not push through due to the bad weather. Instead, the president had a situational briefing with Samar local officials via Zoom in Tacloban City.
We are doing everything we can again, support the local authorities. Pati na yung mga nakapakita, pero we have to go and ensure that they get move back with one side.
Pagasa says the effect of the shear line or convergence of warm and cold winds has weakened. However, it will continue to bring scattered rain showers over the provinces of Aurora and Quezon, as well as the Bicol region. The southwest monsoon or amihan, meanwhile, may trigger light rains over northern Luzon. The rest of the country may also expect rains due to easterlies or winds blowing from the east and localized thunderstorms. Now let's take a quick look at other stories we're watching. President Marcos visited General Santos City on Thursday to assess the damage caused by the 6.8 magnitude earthquake. He also led a distribution of food packs and aid for residents. The West Philippine Sea was raised during the Asia-Pacific Parliamentary Forum. In their resolution, however, lawmakers did not make any mention of the 2016 arbitral ruling to also secure the support of China. And the Cybercrime Investigation and Coordinating Center says the Philippines has the highest rate of online shopping scams in Asia. It was based on the 2023 Asia Scam Report, which surveyed 11 Asian economies. And that's it for this hour. Join us again at 9 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Diego Castro. We are One News, all sides, all the time.